Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd edition of a 1st edition adventure, Curse of the Crimson Throne. My name is Dag, otherwise known as Michael, and yeah, welcome in. We are going to be having a freaking amazing game today. Guys, say hello to my lovely and amazing Patreons who play the characters of today's session and who are about to embark on said adventure. Guys, say hello to the audience.
Hello.
Hello. Happy
Yeah.
days.
It's so good to see a lot of people, so many familiar faces and people hanging about. Oh no! I've mixed up the cameras. One moment. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's
Well, it looks like Cass is playing Ray today.
Yep, there you go. Boom.
oh
now
my
we have
god, how huge! What happened?
not many people complain about that sort of thing, but yeah, here we are.
Well,
Now,
you're
while we are
scaring
doing
me.
this,
You're
Steve,
scaring
why
me.
don't you tell the audience about our sponsors?
Our sponsors. Oh, our sponsors are. Let's see. Should we start with HeroScape? Or Hero
Close.
Forge.
There we go.
Look, I have been at a con for 4 days. It's a miracle that I remember my name. So Hero Forge, cool minis. The characters and the art, and get to do the people like Unak and Dante on the screens, and you see us in the playing. It's distinctly possible I may have ordered a Ray for shipping because they will actually build them, but I don't have it yet, so I can't hold it up like Michael does to do things. They've also got a Kickstarter going, which is for dice, which is very cool, that you can put different things in your dice, like your character and your favorite weapon.
Nice.
Then we've got Sirenscape, which does music. Lovely background sounds, and
Amazing.
eventually we will hear those things. And then we go to Fantasy Ground VTT, which frankly the team has been playing with while Michael was busy doing other stuff, and we discovered all kinds of fun stuff that we can do with it. It's very cool.
Absolutely. Thank you, Steve. And now that you guys are back in position and are actually, all framed up really nicely, I am very, very happy to continue. Now, of course, guys, as you guys know, we would not be here without these amazing characters. A good role-playing game is a collaborative storytelling game and not simply your GM regurgitating a story. I will say this, though. The story has gone very off the rails. First of all, our heroes have separated. One of our players is a long distance away. So today's game might have a certain massive amount of improv involved because I got nothing. I don't know, man. Like yeah, we'll figure it out, I guess. But I'm hoping that what carries today's game is the quality of character that comes from each of these very amazing stories told by these wonderful storytellers. And to tell you about what they're playing, I'm going to throw the ball over to them, starting with none other than our dear and amazing friend, Marcus.
Yep. Hello, I'm Marcus. I am playing Unak, the dragon-slaying orc barbarian. He is currently having a wonderful time listening to the little voice in his head that told him to smoke a pipe that he found in a little alchemist's house shop. Told him to smoke it. He did, and he became invisible. Then as a giant walking castle golem was about to self-destruct, it told him to try it again. He did, and the castle stopped the self-destruct. So
I'm gonna pause you
Unak,
here, Marcus. So I love the recap, but this isn't about your character. This is about what happened last week. Tell us about Unak and his loves, his joys, his hates, his fears, all these things.
is that not what I'm doing?
No, you're recapping last week. And you're doing a step-by-step of what Unak did last week. That's not who you are. That's what you did last week. example, if I may, we have Holly, who is played normally by Malakisa. Holly is a fairy who comes from a noble family from the Fey Wilds. She is currently on a quest to try and discover more about the human world, but trials and tribulations have led them to abandon that original cause and take on the mantle of Asmodeus. Now, a cleric of Asmodeus, she serves the party as both a spiritual guide and someone who is trying to avoid the reparations that are coming for her in the form of 7 deadly sin demons. So that's an example, for example. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still brain is still waking up.
That's okay. It is 7 a.m. for me, and I'm sorry, but my sympathy is gone. I don't have it. If you want, I can do it for you, but otherwise, the only person who knows about your character is you.
No, it's fine. Unok, Dragonslaying Barbarian from Belkzen. He is an orc. He fights the dragons. He joined the party after stuff happened. He's very quick-tempered, and he's gonna be pissed to find out that he's left behind.
Brilliant. Love it. Absolutely perfect. Also not available today is our dear friend Laura, who plays the role of Agnes. Agnes is a psychic matron who is currently on a quest to try and revive the city from, release the city from the clutches of the evil queen known as Iliosa in order to create a future in which her daughter can live peacefully in that city. Agnes also has been through quite a lot, and is, well, her desires and her goals are simple. Keep her daughter safe, and finally get back to the city so that she can go on a date with Fisherman Dan after all of this time. She did have to leave a date that they had originally planned very suddenly in order to avoid being captured by the Queen. So who knows if Fisherman Dan's even going to be up for that? I mean, we'll have to see when they reunite at long last back within the walls of Corvosa. Then we have Rykon, who may be still away from the computer. So Rykon plays the role of Dante, a kitsune druid and guardian of the wild. Long ago, he lost his friend to the drug trade within Corvosa and came in order to try and basically stop it. During this, however, he became invested in said rebellion as more and more things started to unravel in the city. Plagues, poisons, riots, the dissolving of the city guard, and more. Dante realized that the city his friend loved was in desperate need, and he took up arms with a group of individuals in order to help fight for it. And that is Dante. Then we have none other than Cookie Man Steve!
Yeah, I'm Steve, playing Ray. As you can see, a little raccoon type guy. New to the party. The one who actually triggered the teleportation spell without Unok. Because he had a job to do, and he did his job. So he's going to be in trouble.
That is also a recap of what you did last week and not who you are as an individual.
Well, I'm also I'm a champion of I'm really tired.
See, that's okay. Okay, let's
I've forgotten who I'm a champion of.
We'll take a moment here.
Milani.
That's okay. We'll take a moment here. I will give this to my players. I'll give this to my players because keeping in mind, this is not a criticism. This is not a thing. Every time we take one of these pauses, it's an enrichment pause. The enrichment pause is this: we are not a group of professional entertainers and actors and trained, skilled people. I mean, they are trained and skilled in different ways, but in general, we don't have we don't have this sort of thing. One thing to remember, and this is a very important thing for me, is the difference between a home game and the game that we run here is that at any given time, someone might be tuning in who is not familiar with your character, who is not familiar with the story, who is not familiar with any of the things going on. So when we speak, especially when we're speaking very familiarly around the table as we do, we're often speaking to cameras. We're speaking to screens. So we don't conceptualize the fact that there are 30 people watching, who those 30 people are, and what indeed their experience have been. So sometimes we do often take some shortcuts, and even though we know our characters and we know what their personality is like, sometimes the recap is a great way to kind of bring those people who haven't experienced that into the fold, to let them know, at least at the very, very surface level, what they need to about the characters. I will be doing a recap later on. I will be obviously updating everyone on the main story and stuff. But if we have, like, obviously everyone's, it's like, I'm a raccoon and here's what happened last week, then all you are to that person is a raccoon. They miss out on the fact that you are actually someone who traveled from a far and distant land and took up the cause of a rebellion after seeing people suffering, that you took up the mantle of a god after their priest came and recruited you into the fold, and now you are a loyal servant of Milani, who has been sent by the rebellion to go and retrieve the heroes, hearing that they had gathered the sword that they were after. You are effectively their chaperone back to the city. That is kind of more of what you want to look at rather than, I cast a spell with a scroll, and I think people are going to be mad because I left some, I mean, it's good, but, it's
But yours is better.
It's a different thing. Mine talks about you because you're the interesting thing. Right now, I want to shine a spotlight on you. The story? Pfft, fuck the story. We can go without the story. You're the star, baby. Okay? All right.
Okay.
All right. Now, let's see if we can take it home here, Cass, with Alizaro.
Hello, everyone. I am Cass. I am playing Alizaro. She is maybe a swashbuckler bird whose horse was tragically stolen from her, and that is why she decided to ally with the party to follow them to get her horse back. But now she's starting to grow fond of them, starting to think of them as friends. Agnes is her favorite. And
very important.
She's trying to see how she fits into all this and trying to figure herself out a little bit as things go. And I'm very excited to see how all that stuff plays out.
Perfect. Absolutely awesome. Love that. Thank you very much, everyone. Now, before we kick off, we have one last person to thank, and that is, of course, our lovely and amazing audience. Guys, thank you so much for coming and tuning in, giving us your precious time of day in order to come and watch these crazy antics that we get up to. As such, we invite you behind the GM screen in order to come and have a bit of fun with us while we play because, hey, why watch a live stream if you're not going to have a bit of fun with the players? So first of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time to do things like inspiration, insight bonuses, wandering monsters, tarot readings, divine healing, divine, whatever the other thing is, intervention, that's the one. This and many, many more are options that you can use, and we subscribers, you earn channel points twice as fast, and we run so many games that honestly it's not hard to stock up a good supply of channel points. Then of course we have monetary donations, all of which go towards the DAG survival check, which of course goes towards keeping me alive, keeping my rent, my mortgage paid, keeping my lights on, keeping me eating solid food, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, the DAG survival check is there, and once we get to the end of that, then we actually get to add a few extra things to the games, such as the DAG of holding and other things too. So yeah, there you go. Now, for $5, you can donate to give one of the red marks to a player of your choosing, or a purple mark to me. The red marks are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate matters by ever so slight a margin. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks of cards in front of me. The first deck is a deck of heroic actions, which serve as not only a hero point to a player of your choice, but also a free, unique, one-use power that can really pull my players out of a tight spot. The other use for a $10 donation is, of course, the plot twist, which I am fairly certain that Schoolie and I just dropped a plot twist. There it is, the third plot twist. So to show you how that works, basically I will give this the shuffle, get you guys to give me a card number between 1 and 3. I will then draw that card. Ta-da! Nope. It's lust. I am not doing that. Just straight up, no. Boom. Something lost. And that story prompt then goes into the bag, and we then attempt to add that particular plot twist into the game so that we can, keep things fresh and test my skills as a game master. So, Something Lost is today's plot twist from Schoolyeye. Thank you very much. For $20, you can donate to give someone the coveted golden natural 20, which everyone has a natural 20, but I still have room for 2 more if anyone is donating those. We then have our $50 donation, which is either a magic item to a player of your choosing. This can be a homebrew item you design. You can ask me to design an item that is part of a set for the player of your choice, or you can give them something from their wish list. Alternatively, if for some reason or another you have a bone to pick with my players, you can use that $50 to increase the difficulty of a challenge, transforming a minion into a boss into a super boss, and a super boss into a oh god, it got Rykon. Whatever the case is, it is a dangerous, massive boost to the encounter, making things scary and difficult and terrible. McClover, no, there's no Agnes and Holly. And Holly, Malakisa is currently on a bit of a health thing at the moment, so we are wishing her a speedy recovery and hoping that she's doing well. Agnes is oh man, I feel so mean. I was about to say Agnes is old and not cool for partying anymore. She's like, that's mean, but also, like, I love her. She knows. No, yeah, Agnes is doing other things as well tonight. But we are going to press on because, I wanted to play the game today, and I have these cool people to play games with, so I'm going to do it. So there we go. Then, what was I at? That was a $50 donation. Yes, $100 donation. Secret menu item. What is the secret menu item, you ask? Well, that is a good question. That's an amazing question. Now, we have recently given our amazing and wonderful friend Unok a magic pipe that is filled with an entity of some kind that blows smoke and helps our lovely hunter manage to get around. We have another thing potentially for our dear friend Unok. And that is, of course, if you donate the $100 secret menu item, Unok's pipe will be possessed by a greater outsider. Now, when I say a greater outsider, it will be a massive outsider. It will be a very powerful entity. But you will decide what type of entity it is. Is it a devil? Is it a demon? Is it a daemon? Is it an angel? Is it an Azata? Is it a genie? Is it a elemental? Whatever you decide, you will decide the entity or the creature possessing the pipe. Right now, it is just an enigmatic personality that is guiding Unok. But the specifics, well, you will get to decide that. Okay. That is our secret menu item. And who knows? Maybe it'll get Unok the ability to get back to the city. Whew. All right. And thank you to McClover for coming in with the hero point for all present players. There is Dante. There is Unok. There is Alizaro. And there is Ray. Thank you so much for your donation. You amazing and sweet being. I hope you're doing well, and big love to you and the whole Clover clan. Very, very, very much love. So, big hearts. Let's say we get started with today's session.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, now, our dear friend Odd Bandicoot, who has been a long-time fan of the channel, has missed the last few sessions. So we are going to give a good, hearty recap for today. I'm gonna sneeze. There it is.
Bless you.
Ah, thank you.
Bless you.
Okay, here we go. Get the music going. Oh no, I'll be right back. I gotta sneeze again.
Okay, we quick. We dance.
Bless you again.
Okay. In the world of Galarian, a land wrapped with monsters, mysteries, and magic, a small town, a city, nestled on the southern side of the Varisian frontier, Corvosa. Once a bustling hub, now the site of rebellion. In the not-too-distant past, Korvosa was ruled by a gracious and beloved emperor. And though Korvosa did have its troubles, though Korvosa did have its challenges, the people were happy. That was until the emperor perished due to a mysterious illness. At least that's what it was thought to be. It was discovered that the emperor was murdered, killed, originally thought, by a poisoner, an artist named Sabina. Our heroes learnt, however, that this was nothing more than a ploy. The queen, Iliosa, had arranged the death of her husband and had planned to use the artist as a scapegoat, while at the same time using her newfound power to unleash plague upon the city with the aid of Red Mantis, Nosferatu, and cultists from the Temple of Urgathoa. She dissolved the great and powerful Sable Company Marines, airborne warriors, each riding hippogriffs, now grounded, their mounts taken from them and stripped of their title, replaced instead with the Grey Maidens, her own personal army and guard. With the writing on the wall, our heroes, even through their various heroic actions to thwart the dangers Korvosa was facing, was now in the eye of the Queen. One of their allies, a guard by the name of I can't remember his name actually. Something beginning with G. I'll remember it later. Anyway, a guard who was originally a drunk found by the PCs and saved from the bottle decided to seek revenge. And during a ceremony in which our heroes were being exalted as champions against the plague, he leapt and attempted to kill the queen by forcing a bolt through her skull. After landing a headshot, the queen simply tore the bolt from her skull, choked out the god, and broke his neck. It was here that our heroes realized that some sort of evil presence had empowered the queen, and it was not done with Korvosa, just as the queen was not done with them. So, our heroes left, traveling to see the Shawanti of the Cinderlands in order to try and find information about an ancient powerful enemy they believed to be responsible for the evil that the queen was participating in. Guided by their friend and confidant, a swordsmaster named Venkalo, our heroes escaped relatively unscathed. The Shawanti were not very forthcoming until they proved themselves to the tribes. And our heroes, of course doing what heroes do and proving themselves, were told of an ancient dragon by the name of Kazavron, who in ancient times was defeated by a knight who was noble and brave and true, as well as the Shawanti who had allied with him. The knight was said to have used a weapon known as Cezuriel in order to kill Kazavron. But even in death, his maliciousness and his evil was so potent that they separated the remains, and the Shawanti were charged with safeguarding these remains so that they would never be used to revive the dragon. One such piece of those remains are in the place that now resides underneath Korvosa. So to defeat the dragon yet again, our heroes went to Belkzen, the hold of the orcs, where they met Unok, and gathered all they could to go and siege the fortress known as Scarwall. And upon its defeat, managed to find the sword, and now head back to Korvosa, On the way, they encountered Ray, who has used a teleportation scroll to teleport everyone besides Unok back to the city amidst the height of the rebellion, where the city guard have been dissolved, lawlessness runs rampant, Hell Knights and Grey Maidens surge forward as a military keeping martial law where they can. It is the end times for Korvosa, and its destiny will be defined very soon. Unok. We begin with your story. Deep beneath the countrysides of Varisia, having taken shelter and following pipe smoke, Unok proceeds underground. Here we go. The damp, loamy soil beneath your feet lets you know that you're not too deep underground. As you trudge forward, the darkness envelops you on all sides. The only light you have is the light of the pipe, which glows brighter than normal. Enough so that you can use it as a torch on your journey. You wonder how your allies are doing. When last you saw them, they were inside the large castle, which was walking around on two legs like a giant construct, trudging through the lands. You knew very, very quickly that if this thing caught you, it would mean trouble. But for now, at least, you seem to be safe, thanks to the efforts of this pipe that seems to have guided you.
Yeah. Unok, after smoking the pipe for the second time, stopping the castle from and the castle stopping from exploding, he doesn't believe that the pipe itself is what caused it. He believes him smoking the pipe is what caused the castle to stop moving, and has now got it into his head, and the voice didn't really help out his thought process that he has somehow ascended, as he is currently descending into the caverns. So as he's walking through, because the last, like, when we left, you said there was a bunch of glowing mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
As Unok goes deeper, he takes a look at the mushrooms, walking past them, kind of pokes one with the spear, and he goes, little voice, are you still there?
There's a momentary pause before you hear it. Yes, still here.
Where am I? I seem to be lost now, and
Oh, not
clearly
lost. Not lost at all. Heading in the right direction, you are. Keep going. Press forward. We'll be there soon.
I guess I probably should have asked this ahead of time. As he still keeps walking forward without like really questioning things. This is the way to Corvosa, right? I don't know where that is, to be perfectly honest.
Corvosa. Corvosa. No. No, not Corvosa. Not yet. If Corvosa is where you wish to go, we can. But for now, there is somewhere else you must go first.
Okay, well, actually, yeah, all right, yeah, let's onward into the dark mushroom cave. Got it.
All right. You continue onwards. Meanwhile, Dante, Alizaro, and Ray, as you had cast the teleportation spell, what I require from you is a percentage roll, Ray, as we find out to what capacity your accuracy is when it comes to your teleportation.
Oh boy.
I really hope you somehow land in front of the queen.
That's how the campaign ended.
Oh, 36 doesn't feel good.
Okay, 36 isn't great.
But reroll.
You wind up in in a jail cell.
I think
be
you
the
need a
first
3
time.
for that. Oh boy.
Let's see. Okay, here we go. So you are roughly going to be a few miles off target. Where are we going to put you?
Into the water.
Oh, I know what I'll do.
Marcus has no animosity whatsoever about being left behind.
Okay.
No,
16.
Marcus doesn't. Unok absolutely does.
All right.
If
Uno
when he
doesn't know
finds
he's been
out.
left behind yet.
Also true.
That's why I did say when he finds out, he will not be too pleased.
Okay, here we go. All right. As the weather seems to become hot, muggy, and wet, our heroes who have teleported, Agnes, Alizaro, Ray, and Dante, you find yourself in a swamp. A muggy, wet, damp, miserable swamp.
I think I did something wrong, guys. This isn't Corvosa.
Said that we'd be in Corvosa somewhere, not out.
So did I. She said, we'd end up in Corvosa, not necessarily at headquarters. In fact, probably not at headquarters, but this is not the city. Can we see the city from where we are?
Looking around, you seem to... You have no bearing on the city presently.
Is there anything high around us that we can get up to look? Hey,
A few trees,
bro, you can fly.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Ro will very quickly take an assessment. Oh, damn it. And she's going to shoot up her full 25 feet to go straight vertical and just get a scope around to see if we can spot any landmarks or anything, even if we can't see the city itself.
Sure. Make me a survival check as you leap up. Okay. Looking around, you think you have a rough idea of where you are. You believe that you're actually not that far away, probably about 6 or 7 miles out.
Well, from here, it doesn't look that bad, less than 10 miles. Should we start
direction?
walking?
Pointing to the south, that is currently the rough direction.
Road points that way.
Yeah. Are you going to share a map, or we'll just add that after?
I'm making stuff.
Okay, no. Okay, that's
I
fine.
mean, I know you're excited for me to like throw you into a battle, but you know, like I'm building.
No, I'm not. Not at all. Just
You've been informed that south is the direction you need to be heading.
south is the direction. Well, shall we get started?
I see why not.
So, start sludging through the swamp in a southerly direction.
All right.
Pretty sure the Ro is smart enough not to come back down and trudge through the water.
So Ro would come back down to where she's kind of at level with the party, but she's hovering. She has sort of picked up on Holly's penchant for being clean and really doesn't want to get her talons and feathers muddied. So she's like hovering a few inches off the ground.
Would also
as
make
she
flying a
goes.
little hard.
Yes, exactly.
No, fair. As you make your way southwards, I need a perception check from everyone, please. Okay, very nice. So, as you make your way forward, mosquitoes bite, and you begin to wade through the waters. When suddenly, you get a feeling that you're being followed. Yes, you do. In fact, in a very non-subtle fashion. You are being indeed followed by what appears to be a large log. The closer you inspect this log, the closer you realized that this log has eyes. Metal eyes and plates that slither. It has not yet done anything, but you are being hunted by what appears to be a large serpent. All of you have noticed this.
Can you refresh me? I don't think I have changed out of my false priest form, have I?
You have not.
No, you haven't.
Okay. It's what I thought I was still in, so it's like... we're being followed. Should we go? Let's get out of here. Gotta go faster.
No reason to
All right,
dally.
so as you suddenly switch into haste, it lunges with you, rolling into initiative.
Oh boy.
And it will go first. And I'm going to make this nice and easy to begin with. As a free action, it is going to attempt to petrify someone. Oh, it has to grab them first. Sorry, my apologies. Towering Bite. It lunges over and tries to bite someone. Let's start with Agnes. A critical hit on Agnes as it lunges over and bites them. For 54 damage. And Agnes then needs to make a fort save, which they do not. And they begin to stiffen. Their body grows rigid. And the creature, with its final action, starts to coil around Agnes. All right. It has grabbed someone. And for the sake of this is also why Agnes will not be in today's session, or at least unless she joins. Okay. That was the serpent. Agnes is petrified. Alizaro, it is your turn.
With the not the most angry squawk the party has ever heard, but with a very angry squawk, Alizaro is going to rush over to this thing, and she is straight up gonna try to yeah, you know what? Let's go. She's gonna try to grab it by the neck and try to break its grapple on Agnes.
All right. Flying over to it, let's make an athletics check as you try to pry the snake off of Agnes.
Yeah. Can I hero point that?
You may hero point it.
Thank you. Let's go.
All right, a 37. What you required was a 34, which means as you grab onto it, you release Agnes from the grapple. So that is a move, an athletics check. What's your next action?
Okay, move, athletics check. And then for my last thing, because I am adjacent to an enemy, I would like to use my leading dance ability. And basically how I imagine this going like for flavor is she's grabbing it by the neck and then she's like twirling with it, but using it kind of as like a show rope and not truly dancing with it, just to get it off of Agnes entirely.
All right.
And I
like the aesthetic, but I will also give you a draw to the attention of the creature's size and the fact it's made of steel.
Oh, okay. I do not have maps, so I do not have accurate size scaling.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
Apologies. There you go. I should have given it to
All
you.
right, well, seeing its size, in her head, that was really cool. So, let me describe this a little bit. In her head, that's what she wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the thing, she goes, well, shit, that's not gonna work. So, instead, she would like to use her last action to attempt to stab. Do a stabby stab. With her
do you have your rapier out?
I have brandishing draw, so I can grab it and go.
Love it. Let's do it.
All right. And let me get greater striking rapier first attack and go.
Hey, natural 20. How mad would you be if I made you reroll it? Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Nice.
You know what? I would be like, that's fine.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Also, real quick, welcome in Raiders from Forge of Lore, Steve. Good to see you, buddy. How are you? How's things? How's life? How's love? Playing with some Tailspire, I love it. Tell us what's going on. What's new with you? Share with me one bit of new news. Our group is currently separated, on their way to the city of Corvosa. Our group is currently fighting a giant metal python. It's actually called a plated python, is the name of the creature. It's just an animal. It's not, anything special. Just a random environmental encounter. All right, Alizaro, your stab. Roll your damage if you'd be so kind, and give us a number between 1 to 5, as you've managed to free Agnes and thrust your blade into the plated, like kind of between the plated scales.
Let me put the damage on the thing. Crit. Yeah.
Nice. 48 damage. Alright. And give us a number.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, gut wound. The target is sickened. Interesting. Okay. Alright, well, because it is sickened, you watch as the python regurgitates. And this time it actually regurgitates something. And what you see now here in front of you is there we go. What you see is Hacha! A dude in a robe with glasses going, oh god! Ah! Covered in like stomach bile and ick.
In her turn, Rose just like, oh god!
Oh god!
Oh god!
Oh god!
And she's like she's got the thing by the neck and she's like, and that's her turn.
Okay, done. You have a moment. Alright, we then go to Ray, who has witnessed this.
Okay, since I'm still in my priest form, I am going to fire Haunting Hymn at it.
Nice, alright.
Because
A haunting melody echoes across the swamps into the ears of the python as it starts to weave and move. Still grossly nauseated and injured.
right, so I'm just dropping a fort save onto it, I believe. Is that what I...
Yes, please.
Is that correct?
Alright, it succeeds, halving the damage.
Okay.
To drop the damage of your haunting hymn. And you have 1 action remaining. Nice.
And I am going to transform back into my normal mode
Punk!
for my final action.
You transform back into the Tanuki raccoon. Alright. Dante, you are up next. Do we have a Dante here? Or is Dante still away?
Yeah.
Yes, there we go. Okay, cool.
Sorry, I didn't want to burp on mic. We are going to use... We'll see how well this works. Since it no longer has Agnes, am I able to do a 120-foot line to where I do not hit my allies and still hit it?
Not from where you are. You would need to move to here, then yes.
Let me double check on how many. Yep, I can do that.
Yep, perfect. You can hit that line right there.
Alright, and then make sure I have the right spell over here. Yes, I do.
It turns out you don't even have the spell prevent. Do you want to tell us?
Oh, no, I do.
Do you want to
It's
tell us what
lightning bolt.
lightning bolt. All right, nice. All right, lightning gathers in your hand and boom flies out. The creature does not make its saving throw, as it takes 26 lightning damage. It arcs its back, and the metal channels that electricity all the way through its body. It is not pleased about that. Smoke begins to billow out from its mouth. As we then return to Unok.
Who I'm just now remembering is just traveling around with 1 health left.
Yeah, basically. As Unok is traveling underground, past the mushrooms and beyond, eventually, you come to what looks to be a small lake. Blackish water is in front of you. And the sound of, like, running water can be heard. Like, you hear, like definitely, like, a lot of movement from water is up ahead. But it's too dark to see exactly where. As you look around, there is an individual who is here. What looks to be a tiny, white-skinned, white-haired gnome. Blue skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. There's no one that's down here who's gonna stab you in the face. You probably shouldn't use face to rhyme with face. But you can't stop because all you can think of is the word face.
I mean, you could always do place, trace.
Oh, son of a bitch! He sort of takes a vicious look at you, and he just sort of like, he snarls almost, but it's more like a weakened yelp than anything else.
Unok's kind of just leaning against his spear due to how, like, battered he is. He's like,
Sneak up on people like that? What's wrong with you?
To be fair, I am in heavy armor. The fact that I snuck up on you at all is... And I'm limping.
Yeah, you are. He tries to run away. As he does, you watch as the smoke from your pipe reaches out and starts to ensnare the back of his legs and trips him over. It then starts to drag him back towards you. And you hear him go, no! Oh! Oh, God! Oh, he's got my leg! Oh, God, why? As it does so, the voice in your head tells you that you need to seek passage to Xanthran. You are looking for a tavern known as the Missing Arms.
Okay then. I'll let you go if you tell me where to find this. Yeah, I doubt you'd know. You seem like you've been down here a while, but on the off chance you do, looking for a tavern called the Missing Arms.
A look of fear washes over his face. What? No! What? You're a surface dweller. Why do you want to go to somewhere like that?
Mm, that's a little harder to explain.
Ah, well, you couldn't pay me to go there. It's dangerous. And in your state, they eat you alive. Literally.
I mean, we could always go to your little song with the face stabbing, as he kind of points at his big fucking spear.
Make an intimidate check.
Alrighty. That is a 27.
Oh God, I'm gonna die. Okay, I'll take you, but I only go so far as the water takes me. Okay.
Fair enough.
He invites you to get on the barge that he was on. It's small, but sizable enough to carry you as well as a meager amount of supplies. He finishes doing what he was doing and sets sail. As you leave the shore, I want you to imagine a moment of fear and terror. Your light only stretches out about 15 to 30 foot. The lake is much bigger than that. At some point or another, the dull din of your light fades and is swallowed by the black, until all you are surrounded by is water, so deep and dark it also appears black. The ceiling so high you cannot see it. It is just you in the barge, floating in space. Your friend seems, however, unperturbed by these circumstances, and with purpose continues to sail.
So, new friend, what's your name?
I think I'd prefer just to go by, Gnome. Nomeo. Nomeo. Call me Nomeo.
I committed the #1 sin, asking a GM for the character's name.
Oh, no, he has a name. There's just no way in hell he's telling you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Nomeo.
You're fairly confident he just made that up.
Right. Then you can just call me Orc. How about that?
Okay, I'm just gonna call you sir if that's all the same to you, sir.
Unok's gonna... Because Unok can see in the dark. He's just gonna keep Nomeo in his line of sight, but also like try to scan the water just for any signs of movement.
All right. You scan the water. It seems pretty peaceful out here for those who are accustomed. Nothing catches your eye, but you remain ever vigilant. Meanwhile, back in the swamps, our python, having just been struck by lightning, seems quite angered. That was a significant amount of damage. However, I don't think it was as much damage as Alizaro's stab from earlier.
Yeah, they hit a crit.
They did.
compared to them, even though they, they just normally.
Yeah.
Save.
Dante did a little bit more. I only did 48 even with the crit. Dante did 52.
Oh, Dante did do 52?
No, I did 26.
Yeah, Dante did 26.
Ray
Then
did
why-
52.
Oh. Okay,
Not
I guess I'm not
Dante.
reading chat.
Wait, who did
correctly, 'cause I
52?
see-
I'm not seeing anyone did 52.
Ray did 52. Oh wait, no, never mind. That was Python that did 52 to Agnes. I'm not reading the chat correctly.
Yeah.
No one's reading the
Python
chat
that
correctly.
did that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
going back to.
Well,
I did
I see
15. What are you
Dante
talking about?
damage. Type electricity 4012 equals 26, and then it doubled somehow.
Why did it double? Did it double? It doesn't say it doubled.
No,
The chat box said it doubled. So never mind, I'll hush.
Where does it say? Where does it say it doubled? I'm not seeing it doubled. Send me a
no, it
screenshot.
says 26. It says 26 damage to the plated python.
Yeah,
I think you might be reading the 27 from Unok's intimidation check.
Yeah, no. Send me a screenshot. I'd like to see that just to get the same thing on the thing, because I don't like the fact that Fantasy Ground's sending people different things. But either way,
Screenshot has been sent.
thank you.
Huh.
Yeah, no, it does say it there. Huh. That is so
Well,
strange.
you might have accidentally right-clicked it and hit the ×2 value.
Well, no, but it doesn't show that on.
No,
mine
it doesn't.
or
Yeah,
on-
no, it's right. That is so weird.
You can do it yourself. It won't show up for
Oh,
anyone
yeah,
else.
no, you can. That's right. Ah, okay. Interesting. Okay, cool. Good to know. All right. Ah, okay, cool. Cool. I see. So if you right-click on a value, it actually gives you a table that you can work with. Interesting. Anyway, sorry. Back to the exciting action. Alizaro, you are the current clear and present danger. So, it is going to try and eat you. It opens its jaw with now empty stomach. And a 33 is not enough for me, so I'm going to burn that nat 20 that I have, that shiny big nat 20, as it is going to jump out, reach up, and devour you for 52 damage. Alright, you are now grappled by the jaws of this large creature. It is then going to attempt to swallow you. Which it will do so. Alizaro slips into the gut of this creature. Oh, which also reminds me, you may be petrified, so let's find that out too. You are not petrified. But you are slowed, however.
Dag,
Yeah.
I have a reaction.
Oh, yeah, by all means.
I have liberating step,
Ooh, okay. I'm listening.
which frees an ally from restraint.
Oh, very nice. Is there anything else that goes to that?
If the trigger was an ally taking damage, the ally gains resistance to all damage from the triggering damage,
Okay.
equal to 2 plus my level. The ally can attempt to break free of effects grabbing, restraining, immobilizing, or paralyzing them.
Okay. Make
Either
an
attempt to do
athletics
save-
check, Alizaro. And do they get any bonuses?
Attempt to escape from whether or not they get she does get a step at the end.
But she needs to
If
break
it's
free.
able to, sorry, no, if it's it's
But it doesn't give a bonus.
no, it doesn't give a bonus. Just the
All right. Make an athletics
against
check,
the damage.
Alizaro. 35. Ooh, that might actually be enough. Oh, that is. But I'm going to use a jinx point and make you reroll it.
Hey, at least took 12 less, or 14 less.
Oh
Natural
my.
one.
Oh, wow.
All right. Give me a number between 1 to 5 for the Python's crit card.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
not using a hero point.
No, they have to take care of the little one, I imagine. So that is probably
okay.
for the best. But that's okay. Okay, which is the jaws are piercing damage, which is 1 bleed damage. Alright, Alizaro is going to bleed.
She does gain
Yeah, I know.
No, that wasn't the trigger. It wasn't because of the damage that triggered it. So it's only against the triggering damage that she gets resistance.
Yeah, so what was the resistance? Your level +2, right?
Level +2.
So that's 14 healing, so I'll just do that real quick. Done and done. Okay.
Okay.
All right, which then, would go normally to her, but we are going to go to you instead, Ray, as it is now your turn.
Okay. Just a mechanical question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I draw my Morningstar and run at the same time? Or is that 2 actions?
That'll be 2 actions. You can effectively do them at the same time aesthetically, but
Yeah.
yes, they are 2 actions.
Yes, that is, I'm drawing my Morningstar and closing. Because I'm going to smack this puppy.
All right, you step forward, and as you do so, you reach the giant plated python. With your Morningstar in hand, you swing to try and collide with its giant metal body.
Well, that's not acceptable. I'm going to nat 20 that, if I may.
Oh! Burning up the nat 20. All right, as you land this critical hit. Originally, you don't quite get through, but then you just kind of keep forcing it. And as you do so, there's these like kind of cracks start to appear in the plate. Roll your damage. $52 damage. That is not something to sneeze at.
Okay,
There's a
well,
lot
that would
of
be 3
52s
actions.
today.
You need to give me a number between 1 to 5 for your crit as
yeah.
you manage to strike this python.
Let's go with 2, please.
1, 2. All right, here we go. Bludgeoning damage. Until healed, the target is clumsy 2. Oh, no, because it doesn't have hands. It can't fall prone. Triple damage and fort save or it dies as you crush its skull. Damn. All right, so first of all, roll 1 more set of damage. Not a crit.
Yeah. Yep, it's off.
Nice. 18 extra points damage. And what is your class DC?
My class DC, that is on my combat page.
Mm-hmm.
Where the heck is my class DC?
Ooh, that might not be good. Yeah, it's on your combat page on your left-hand side. Should be in the middle box. Should be CDC.
Oh, there it is. It is 30.
It is 30?
It is 30.
Oh, by the skin of his chinny chin frickin' chin, he just manages to not die instantly. All right. That is...
That's disappointing.
That is Ray's turn. Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, though, you did effectively kill it, more or less. It's, like, pretty damaged. Dante, you're up next. Ray has unfortunately stepped in that same line of path, so Lightning Bolt is not going to be an option here.
It's okay. I don't have any more spell slots for it anyways.
Very well.
Instead, I'm going to figure out how far away it is. It is within movement. And I'm going to use Gouging Claw. You know, I don't like that one. I'm actually going to nat 20 it.
Okay, another nat 20 coming out. Let's do it.
Hold on, I'll figure out which damage type I want to do. Because I can do piercing or slashing.
Sure,
we'll go with
sure.
slashing.
Slashing? Alright. Cool, 45 damage. How are you still alive? What are you on? What are you on, Giant Snake?
Probably like 10.
11.
It's got to be it. Oh,
We're
wow.
not quite a do or die.
Not quite the do
I
or die
will
yet.
We'll go with 3.
All right. 1,
Triple
2,
damage.
3. Here we go. All right. Sorry, you said slashing?
Yes.
Target is wide open after this attack, making it off guard.
Oh, and it also takes. Can it bleed or?
It can bleed.
Okay, because it also gets a persistent bleed.
Nice. Done and done. Anything else?
Nope, because that took 2 actions and 1 action to move.
Okay. Unok.
Now, just
Hey.
one quick question.
Sure.
You said he's wide open.
He is wide open.
Would that count as something that would trigger a reaction?
No.
Just checking, you know.
yeah,
it's
no,
like-
it's good. It's good to check. Oh, we have Alizaru back.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We know that you're looking after the little one today. So it is your turn, however. You have been swallowed.
I have been swallowed. Okay. Potentially,
I have
Could I
so many
go?
bad jokes that I'm not gonna make right now.
please do not. I potentially go kaiju.
Uh,
Or do
How
I
many
need the
actions does
space
it-
to go kaiju?
it will result in your death.
Okay. So no. Okay. Cool. Not doing that.
Because if you don't have the
Not doing
space
it.
to expand, your bones and your body
Bones
will
will-
basically be crushed to death. Yeah.
Yep.
And usually it stops you from doing so.
Oh no.
Yep.
I will. I just like I said, I will have you guys get crushing damage and potentially die.
And die. Yep. Okay. In that case, do I still have my rapier drawn?
Yes.
All right. Could I, in that case, just do a stabby stab at just whatever intestinal, throat lining,
Sure.
whatever the hell I can see? My
You can't see
striking
anything.
rapier?
You can more feel everything. But yes, you can stab at it with your rapier. Make your attack. All right, that's a solid hit. And with that, you do
Yes.
manage to stab a vital organ. The creature goes limp and dies.
Oh, if it dies and I'm inside it, though. Uh-oh.
Well, it can't crush you. Oh,
Okay.
actually, no,
It's
but
fine.
it's acid damage. But you can
Oh.
climb out. That's fine.
Okay.
You
That
are,
would be
however,
my
bleeding.
preference.
You do have persistent bleed damage.
Okay.
So, you will take 1 damage, but I presume somebody's going to heal you. Does anyone have, like, a healing thing?
Yeah, I have the medic dedication stuff, so
Sure. So easy enough
do
to
that.
remove the bleed. Okay.
yeah.
With the python now defeated, you now have meat. The individual you saved turns their attention to you. Oh my god. That was... I could have died. You saved me.
You're welcome.
Oh man, I was out here on a research paper, and I ended up lost. Dun, 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 dun. And next thing I know, I'm in the belly of this terrible creature.
That sounds terrible.
It really is. Well, truth be told, I'm kind of a bit of a underachiever wizard in training, and I might have stolen some scrolls of magic from my mentor, and I came out here to practice. But yeah, they're not really spells that are that good at defending yourself from giant snakes made of metal. You sure it's dead?
Rose stabs it with a rapier, just kind of prods at it to make sure.
It's pretty dead.
So you took scrolls from your master.
Borrowed. Just, I intended to give it back. I swear.
Who's your master?
His name is Ventrat.
Okay. So where are you from?
Well, me originally Riddleport. But I've been heading southwards. I'm trying to make my way towards Magnamar.
Yeah, okay. Where's your master?
Back in Riddleport.
So you're really planning on giving them back, are you?
Eventually, my master, he's, well, look, I know it may seem like, okay. So, my master is a magician who specializes in door magic. Basically, have you heard of the idea of a simulacra? You know, you arrange several shapes in a particular pattern and people tend to see a face. It's kind of a similar concept where everything that produces a particular shape could be perceived as a portal or a door that leads somewhere.
Where are you talking transportation doors?
Yeah, kind of. Not
A
quite.
portal?
Yeah, not quite teleportation or anything like that. It's kind of like the two places have to have an identical energy, magic, but it doesn't have to be magical. It's really hard, and like I said, I'm not very good at it. Do you have any chalk?
I don't think I have any chalk. Do I have calligrapher's tools? No.
Anyone? Anything to write with?
Oh, I do have chalk. I apologize. Yes, I do have chalk.
Oh, okay. So hypothetically, if you would, if I draw this, and he draws a door, basically in the rock that's just over here, and he draws a very detailed door handle and some artwork for the door that he kind of reads off this scroll that he has in front of him. Now, hypothetically, if this exact same image existed somewhere in the world, it would, and as he's talking, you watch as this yellow light starts to fill out all the lines, and it transforms into a wooden door. And he goes, hey, and he's like looking at you and pointing at it. He's not making any words, but he's trying to just like get your approval for a second. Like, I did it, but he's just making grunting noises.
What are you planning on doing with the door?
This is the first time it's happened. Logically, I should open. A door is meant to be opened, but I don't know where it goes. If I go through, it could lead anywhere. It could lead to the elemental plane of fire. Could lead to hell. Could lead to. I should find out. It's better than this place. I got eaten by a snake. Oh, I got a stomach ache.
We're watching.
As you ponder the door, we switch back to underground. Unok.
Yes.
Eventually, your journey comes to a small island where you hear the sounds of raucous laughter coming from an illuminated structure on the edge of the blackened lake. There you see dangling out the front are two large human arms that seem to be nailed to a large signboard. There is no other signature here on this tavern other than these two severed limbs. As you are brought here by Nomio, he says, "Okay, well, this is it. Good luck, and God help you."
Yeah, I'll help myself as he gets off.
He sails away, and you begin your approach to the tavern. Hearing the sounds coming from within, there is a welcome mat that says, "Leave your drama at the door."
Seems pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
All right, voice. Let's So who am I looking for again?
In here, ask for Asai or Nalan. They will be able to help you get to where you're going. Simply tell them, a debt once new, a debt renew. You are owed 3 silver, and it must be collected.
Okay. Unok will go in and...
As you enter, the doors swing open, and the first thing you realize is this is not the usual tavern. Bugbears, trolls, Yanti, drow, lizard folk, goblins, even driders walk casually throughout this tavern. Monsters of all shapes and sizes, flesh-eating beasts, and of course, a few orcs as well, fill this tavern to the brim.
So nothing like too crazy that Unok would be super like freaked out about then.
There isn't many taverns like this. I wouldn't say freaked out, but these people generally don't get along. It's like walking into a very volatile social situation. But everyone seems to be pretty chill for now. Hence the doormat.
Ooh.
It's like, I don't care if you hate drow, leave your shit at the door. I don't care if you're currently warring with the person sitting next to you, leave your shit at the door.
Hey, fair. Unok will go to the bar, or go up to the bar and will ask for the person that the voice told him to ask for, because I was trying to write it down, and then I forgot as you were trying to say what he was supposed to say, and then I was trying to write that down, and I forgot because I was trying to remember the first bit.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
He says, if you are looking for Asai, that would be me. As you look this man up and down, he appears to be a very well-retired, adventuring Yanti.
And then Unok will give him the message the voice told him to repeat.
Where did you learn these words?
Look, you might not believe me. I found a pipe, I smoked it, and now I got a little voice in my head that told me to come here.
It has been a long time. If you are the new wielder, then I feel sorry for you. The times that I once walked in the company of the pipe were not the most pleasant. Know this, any power or favor it offers is nothing but a sweet balm over the burns that you will endure from your relationship with it. Do not trust it. But a deal is a deal, and the Sai is not a man who goes back on his word.
I can respect that.
He hands you a small package. He says, "Before I give this to you, do you even know what this is?"
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I'm literally flying by the seat of my armor here.
Your armor looks to be in worse shape than you are.
Oh, I
He
feel a
whistles.
lot worse than what my armor looks.
Above you, these large clawed feet start to move in your direction. A drider hangs from the ceiling. A big, muscle-bound beast. Nalon, show this guest to our VIP suite. Immediately, he reaches down and begins to use the web spell and coat you in a thick white substance. No one seems to bat an eyelid or come to your aid. As the thread wipes over your body, covering your mouth, covering your nose, covering your eyes, you just see this very thin smile over the Yanti's face.
Unak in his head will think, voice, should I be worried about this?
We have a very complicated history, but he would not kill you. Then he would have to deal with me.
Well, nobody else seems to be freaking out, so I guess I'll just, keep calm for now. Or try anyway.
Meanwhile, a door suddenly appears in the wall behind one of the counters as a tapestry depicting a very ancient and oaken door suddenly becomes real within the missing arms. Golden light illuminates, and the door swings open. Dante, Alizaro, Ray, and this new, unfamiliar face open the door and peer inside to see a tavern filled to the brim with monsters. Sorry, wrong door. He watches the wizard close the door, but the door's not closing properly. What the hell? This is not, yes, hi. Son of a bitch. Ray, Alizar, Dante, what do you do?
Ro, would we be able to see Unok from where we are? Or just...
You don't see Unok,
or-
but you do see a drider wrapping someone up and taking them away. But no one seems to be reacting here. And again, you also notice that no one's really reacting, like, aggressively. Despite the fact that there are trolls and bugbears and other monsters here. Everyone's looking at the door curiously, but no one's, like, fighting or attacking or looks aggressive in any way. This does look like a tavern.
Anybody want a drink?
It is better than the swamp.
It is... It's better than swamp. Ro will kind of push past the wizard and be like, thanks for that. You did a good job getting the door to work. Thank you. And then she's gonna turn and kind of like slow walk, not like paranoid slow walk, but just very calmly walk to to the bar.
All right. You do so. A few eyes kind of keep an eye on you and watch you. But no one stops you. By the way, I did forget. It is serpent folk, not Yanti in Pathfinder. Yeah.
Oh, fancy.
Dante, seeing Ro go again, will follow suit and follow with him.
As will Ray.
All right. The wizard will follow as well.
I'm gonna turn. Okay, I was
the
gonna
wizard
tell
is
the
not
wizard
going
so
to
that
stay
you're coming
alone in
with
the
us, or
swamp.
you're keeping the door open.
No, he's not. He's not staying alone in the swamp. Hell no. As you all enter, the door then finally closes and the entrance disappears. The serpent folk looks to you. Welcome to the Missing Arms. How may I be of service?
Hello. Hi. This is probably a weird question. Have you seen a big dude in armor, wears a mask, kind of grumpy?
Probably very wounded.
That sounds very judgmental, to be honest.
He's an orc. He's one of our friends.
He points to a table with a ton of orcs.
None of those orcs.
Many of
But
the
they look
orcs
very
have
well.
heavy armor. Many of the orcs seem scarred and injured. Many of the orcs seem super grumpy.
Yep. Those look very similar to our friend, but that's not who it is.
Our friend is.
By the way, you are also aware that you could be like on a different
Go for a
continent.
drink.
Yeah, I was gonna say you are aware you could be on a different continent right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Also,
Yep.
Also, what great friends that they cannot like describe his armor. They just said an orc in heavy armor, basically.
Yeah, he's an orky orc, right? Like you know what orcs are like. You know they all look
Yeah.
the same, and
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I didn't see you for very long, so
that's true. That's true. Ray has a good. All right.
Ray.
Does Ray even know that Unok's an orc? Like,
I don't think so. I don't think he was.
Well,
there for
sorry,
that.
I thought that you did tell me that you were an orc, but I could be wrong. It's all a blur. We got into a fight. I'm looking for.
And he did almost
I'm looking
go to
for
your
a.
face.
I'm looking for a beer. Is there? You know, can I get an ale in here?
He pours you out a beer. It has a lot of very earthy
Awesome.
flavors. It's more like a Guinness than it is anything else, but it's a good beer.
Perfect. This is wonderful. Thank you so much. What have I got here?
Sorry, I missed that last bit.
Sorry. What do I owe you?
Oh. 2 copper piece.
Rose slaps it on the table because she has so much gold money she doesn't know what to do with it. So she slaps the 2 copper before Ray can even get his out of his pocket. Like, good job!
Thanks, Ro.
So, you're here searching for someone? It's not often we get surface dwellers down here.
We're looking for another surface dweller. I didn't realize we were underground, to be honest. That portal just popped us in here. Not even sure where we are.
This is the Niventia, the first lair of the Darklands. This is a safe haven for those who find society to be a little less accommodating than it should be.
Yeah. It's a good place to be.
So long as you abide by the only rule. Leave your shit at the door. No dramas, no politics, no religion. Just come, rest, drink, and leave.
That sounds wonderful. If you see a nice gentleman by the name of Unok, we're trying to track him. We're trying to find him. He's our friend, and we got separated in a bit of a mess.
You hear one of the
clue whether
orcs
he's
say,
anywhere near.
"Did you say Unok?
I did say Unok.
Unok the Dragon Slayer?
Yes.
Never heard of him."
Okay. Sure. Whatever you say, sir.
But
The orcs stop muttering
you
to each other.
You never said anything about him being a dragon slayer.
I did not. So obviously he knows who Unok is. But no drama.
Mm-hmm.
No drama.
By the way, does Unok hear any of this?
Oh, by the way, Unok, once you have been wrapped up, the large drider continues on the ceiling and takes you up a flight of stairs.
Okay. Unok's pretty chill about it. Although
Anybody else want a beer? This is good beer.
It's good beer.
Sorry.
did Unok see the three enter?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay.
Eventually, Unok, you are taken up to a room. Your face is released from the cocoon. And all you see is this drider. How come every time we find someone, I can't eat them? This is bullshit. He sticks you to the wall. The room itself is quite nice, actually. He begins to make some preparations over by a kitchen sink with a large variety of rather vicious-looking torture implements. Do this, Nalon. Do that, Nalon. Take them to the VIP room, Nalon.
Yeah,
Special treatment. Ugh. You watch as he pulls out a drill. Just...
Hey, voice. I feel rude for just calling you voice, but I have a feeling we might be in a bit of trouble. Several somethings, as he looks directly at the torture implements, tells me that.
What is your pain threshold like?
On a good day, I can take a lot.
Then you'll be
But,
fine.
Considering that I am standing on death's door at the moment, or, well, stuck to death's wall.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. Like I said, they have a debt to pay. If they wanted to kill you, they could have just simply done it.
This is also true.
Is there a reason you're talking to yourself? It's very distracting, says the Drider.
Oh, I was talking in my head.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Or were you?
No, I was.
Okay.
I mean, unless I wasn't.
Sure you were. The Drider comes over to you and starts to strip the web back. As he does so, you watch as he pulls out several of the implements and begins to treat your wounds.
Well, that's much appreciated.
Appreciate nothing. Once the debt is paid, we have no intention of ever seeing you or this stupid thing again.
That's perfectly fine. What? You seem to know a lot about this pipe. What's so special about it?
Do you know what a lich is?
Yes, I've actually met one. He was a pretty nice fellow.
Right. Well, let's just say that some liches, they don't get the ritual all that right. One said lich put themselves into this object. Insightful, wise, spellcastery, a perfect tool for an adventure. But it cut one too many deals. Trouble follows it around like a veil. Asai used it for some time, but eventually its cost outweighed its benefit.
Well, I'm no stranger to bad luck, so...
I can see that.
Yeah, in fact, all this that happened to me is because of a giant walking castle, if you could believe it.
No, I can't, but do go on.
Oh yeah, Unok will go into great detail, even though he's 100% sure the guy was being sarcastic. He will go into great detail about how he grew big, went to fight one-on-one against the castle, and just got his ass handed to him and then slammed into a well.
Oh yeah, he is not listening, but he is letting you talk. Meanwhile, downstairs, our heroes have gotten some ale. They have managed to suss out some orcs who may know something, who may not, who knows? What would you guys like to do?
Can I? I'm gonna wander with my beer in the direction of the orcs.
All right.
And say, gentlemen, can I buy you a drink?
Just one.
Well, one to start.
They look at each other and they say, "Of course you can buy us a drink. After all, it is the duty of the weak to serve the strong."
As you wish.
I do wish.
What can I get for you? I'll go get it ordered, and then maybe we can.
Orkenschlager! And you hear the whole group go, "Orkenschlager! Orkenschlager! Orkenschlager!"
Quick question, does Unok hear that upstairs?
You do.
Oh, I could go for some Orkenschlager right now.
So, I'm gonna go over to the bar and order a round of Orkenschlager for the table, and
All right, you are
then
given a
head back over.
Yeah, you are given a tray for the Orkenschlager. Basically, it is several square boxes that is filled with a bright blood red liquid.
Okay.
As
And,
they all take it, they cheers it, and they all down it.
There you go. So, gentlemen, you were it was curious that when we were asking about Unok, and you asked if it was Unok the Dragon Slayer in particular, and then said he didn't know him, I was wondering whether perhaps the Orkenschlager has rung a bell to remind you of perhaps someone you've met of that name.
Ah, Typical surface dwellers. Think they can buy everything.
Not trying to buy it, just trying to be friendly.
Uh-huh. Trying to be friendly so long as we have something you want. He sort of glares at you a little bit. You kind of get the impression a lot of these monsters here are kind of accustomed to being used, manipulated, and treated poorly by surface folk, as they call them. Things like using orcs for warriors until the fact that you don't need them, or treating them as, oh no, they're savages, drive them from these lands. They are accustomed to the buttering up. And you kind of get the impression that maybe this isn't going to work as a tactic for these particular individuals.
Fair enough.
Make a society check, though.
Society check. That would be this one.
Nice, with a 31. Orcs respond to 3 things. Strength, conquest, and the hierarchy of the family. Chieftain, shaman, etc. Those are the major things here. Recently, a bunch of demigods have emerged from the Orcan tribes. So everyone's kind of right now out to prove themselves as best they can.
I'm struggling. Yeah, go.
Okay, so looking at what it is you're attempting to do. These individuals, you're trying to find out about Unok. Bait him. Make it so that Unok is, supposedly he's stronger than these guys, you know.
Oh no.
Throw something into a challenge.
Yeah.
Throw away the logic that you would use in civilized society, which is, let's make this guy friendly.
Yeah.
Let's make this guy copacetic. Piss this guy off. Get this guy so angry that he slips up. That's probably a better way to reach an orcish group than that.
That figures Unok could be too strong for you guys anyways, for you to even be able to carry a sword for him.
Ooh, make an intimidate check. That was a good one.
Damn. That.
That was pretty good.
It's not my strength, though.
13. All right. He looks to you and he says, Unok? You think that Unok's stronger than us?
Well, he did take on that castle. That was
They all laugh. We've
roughly
taken on
100 feet.
castles as well.
No. Was it the walking castle?
Walking castle.
Yeah. I shit you not. It's like
Make a performance check as you begin to describe the castle. This immense 100-foot story-tall building shaped like a man who attacked Unok with his huge towers and massive siege weapons. Nice. Your performance is great. You can kind of tell that they're a little taken back by this story that you're telling, and they kind of like, oh yeah, well, shut up. as they like, you know.
I love that.
As you watch as a couple of them sort of get behind him and it's like, hey, no, look, I know, just calm down. It's like, yeah, no, look, all I came in here for was a drink, right? To try and forget about this stuff. Stupid dragon hunters think they're so good because they hunt dragons. No, we know, but it doesn't have to be like that. It's like, yeah, but then this guy comes up, fucking asshole. Like, yeah, no, look, we know, he's fine. Just don't pay attention to it, okay? He's just trying to get under your skin. Well, he's getting under my skin. It's like, well, remember your breathing exercises, okay? Just in through the mouth, out through the nose, in through the mouth. It's about to come out your fucking ass, okay? Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and take this. Hey, you! whatever the fuck your name is that I didn't even bother asking. Listen, I will prove time and time again that Unok is nothing but a cowardly, sniveling, and worthless dragon hunter who hunts dragons in massive mobs using piddly little spears and arrows, whereas us, the Thunder Tusks, fight with our teeth and our nails, like real orcs should.
At hearing that, Rose gonna walk over and she's gonna put her hands on her hips and be like, excuse you, do you know what a Dracolisk is? Do you know what those are? He took one of those down basically by himself. I did one stab and he did the rest. By himself. No help. No help at all. And somebody else died. It was crazy. Excuse you. Sit down.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh boy. If only Una could hear his friends trying to back him up.
Oh, did it not? Is it?
It
I'm
froze.
Did it go through?
It froze. There we go.
It froze.
11.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
There it is.
Do I have one more hero point?
You do have
You
a hero
do.
point.
You also have a nat
I will-
20.
Yeah, you know what? I would like
Yo,
the nat
yeah, I was
20.
about to say you have a +2.
All right.
I would like the nat 20.
All right.
She's gonna be
using the
loud.
Okay, using the nat 20, you throw in more towards the Dracolisk. So, you know, like it wasn't just one Dracolisk, it was two Dracolisks, and you continue to kind of like hype it up. You see him getting angrier and angrier. At this point in time, he basically like crumples the iron cup in his fist, and he says, "That's it! I'll prove this once and for all. No, boss, listen, you can't just..." He grabs his teammate, and he basically sits him down, right? Like, you watch as it's not like a big thrust. He just grabs him and just slowly puts him down into the chair. You actually hear the chair squeak from the weight he's putting on him. He says, "Barkeep!" "Yes." "Where's that guy that you took upstairs?" "He's being treated, and you will not lay a hand on him." "I don't want to lay a hand on him, but he needs to come down here right now." "Settle down, or else." The orc actually settles down. He says, "He's a friend."
I can't. I am imagining him putting like the biggest, angriest emphasis on the word friend.
Oh, he is. He is.
Like it's just spite filled.
Aside looks at Ray, Dante, and Alizaro. Like, without saying the words, he's asking if you guys are okay. As you nod, he says, "Fine." Upstairs, your patchwork is nearly done, Unok, as you are freed from the sticky web. And you actually feel pretty good. Then you hear the whistle. Oh. "Well, I guess they want you downstairs." And again, just this